Now first, the nasopharynx. It is the proximal part of the pharynx situated behind the nasopharynx and nasal cavity. So this nasopharynx, also known as the epipharynx. Epipharynx. Now you see the boundary of the nasopharynx, roof. Same like the pharynx, it is formed by the base of the skull. That is the body of the stenoid and the basilar part of the occipital bone forms the roof. The floor. This is the limitation of the nasopharynx. Inferiorly, it extends up to a imaginary line that joins the hard palate with the posterior wall of the pharynx. Above it is the nasopharynx, below it is the oropharynx. Now, the floor anterior wall. This anterior wall of the floor is formed by the upper surface of the soft palate. This is the soft palate. Its superior surface forms the floor anterior part, while the posterior part is missing. There is an opening. This opening is known as the pharyngeal isthmus. Where is the pharyngeal isthmus? This line is the pharyngeal isthmus. The pharyngeal isthmus through which nasopharynx communicates with the oropharynx. Now, posterior wall. This is the posterior wall. It is formed by the anterior arch of the atlas and associated retropharyngeal space. This is the posterior wall of the nasopharynx. The anterior wall is missing, deficient. That is the posterior nasal aperture or the choana through which nasopharynx communicates with the nasal cavity. So we see this nasopharynx communicates with the nasopharynx. Nasopharynx communicates with the nasal cavity, and this nasopharynx communicates with the oropharynx. Now, this pharyngeal isthmus. If you see the definition of pharyngeal isthmus, it is an opening through which nasopharynx communicates with the oropharynx. It is present on the floor, on the posterior aspect. If you see the boundary of this pharyngeal isthmus, anteriorly it is bounded by soft palate. It is a soft palate which forms the anterior boundary of this opening. While the posteriorly there is a mucosal ridge. Mucosal ridge elevations, and this ridge is known as the Passavant's ridge. This ridge, it is known as the Passavant's ridge, that is present on the posterior wall opposite this hard palate. What is the Passavant's ridge? This is formed by to understand, the pharynx has the two group of the muscles. They are the stator muscles. We discuss later on. Circular muscles, superior, medial and the inferior constrictor, and longitudinal muscles. They are present internally. There are also three types: stylopharyngeus, salpingopharyngeus and the palatopharyngeus. So three circular muscles and the three longitudinal muscles, they are the stator muscles. One longitudinal muscles, that is the palatopharyngeus. This palatopharyngeus takes origin from the aponeurosis, palatine aponeurosis, vertically downwards, and insert on the thyroid cartilage on its posterior border. Now, this some fibers of this palatopharyngeus forms a U-shaped loop. This U-shaped loop and merge with the upper margin of the superior constrictor muscles, and they form this ridge that is known as the Passerine ridge. It is situated deep to the mucosa. So this Passerine ridge is formed by the two muscles. The main muscles, it is the palatopharyngeus muscles, form the U-shaped loop. The normal pathway is vertically downwards, but some fibers takes U-shaped loop and merge. The second muscles, it is the superior constrictor muscles, and they form the mucosal ridge that is known as the Passerine ridge. Now, what is the function of this opening, pharyngeal isthmus? At the time of the swallowing, this food has to traverse from this oral cavity into the laryngopharynx. At the time of the swallowing, these two structures come close to each other. That is the soft palate and this ridge, and they cut off this nasopharynx from this oropharynx, so that the food does not enter into the nasal pharynx or nasal cavity. This nasopharynx allow only passage of the air. Air goes through that, and then it is laryngeal inlet into the larynx. This is the flow of the air. So this isthmus, pharyngeal isthmus, acts as a sphincter, gate, that inhibits the entry of the foreign material or the food reverse from this oropharynx to the nasopharynx. And this opening, it is the pharyngeal isthmus opening, anteriorly by the soft palate and the posteriorly by the mucosal ridge, and this ridge is due to these two muscles. It is the palatopharyngeus muscles, and a part of the superior constrictors form this bulging, that is the Passerine ridge. Now, this is the boundary. Now, this nasopharynx has some important structures. Now, the special structures, special features of the nasopharynx. There are certain structures present on its roof posterior wall, lateral wall. You have given this number, first, second, third. Now, the structure number 1. It is the pharyngeal tonsil. This is the pharyngeal tonsil. This pharyngeal tonsil is present at the junction of the roof and the floor of the nasopharynx. This pharyngeal tonsils, there is a collection of the lymphoid tissue. The collection of the lymphoid tissue underneath the mucous membrane. Membrane of the nasopharynx, and this structure is known as the pharyngeal tonsil. It is present at the junction of the roof and the floor, sphenoid and the basal part of the occipital bone. Now, this pharyngeal tonsil, up to the 6th year of age, it is well developed. Means it is well developed in the children. After 6 years, it starts gradually degenerating, and at the age of 20 years, it completely atrophies, disappear. This pharyngeal tonsil or nasopharyngeal tonsil. Now, the infection in the children of this tonsil causes the enlargement of its size, and it is known as the adenoids. It is the adenoids. Adenoids. It is the infection and the enlargement of the pharyngeal tonsil in the children known as the adenoids. When this pharyngeal tonsil enlarges, it will block this nasal cavity, block the posterior nasal aperture. As a result of it causes the mouth breathing. The children stop the nasal breathing due to the blockage by these adenoids, and he will take the mouth breathing. So, it is the pharyngeal tonsils, enlarged, known as adenoids, well developed up to the 6 years of age, then gradually degenerates and disappear by the 20 years of age.